James of the Cash, Gary B, the casual comic guy here. And joining me as always, it's all different tonight. In the co-hosting seat, we have Cliff here. Cliff, how you doing tonight, sir?
Great now.
Right?
I love all different. We're all new. We're all different.
Right? Just like the X-Men.
Just like the X-Men.
And so this is Cliff's co-hosting debut on the channel. Couldn't be happier. Thank you so much for coming on, Cliff.
Thanks
so,
for having
and of
me.
course, we're uniting together to host one of our favorite people in the community, the woman of the hour, Miss Caroline, Lady Fantastic. How you doing? How you doing, Lady Fantastic?
I'm doing well. You know, I'm thankful to be alive and kicking. I can't complain. You know, got a roof over my head. I'm American. Shit's not too bad. You know what I mean? Like first world, at least. Could be a lot fucking worse. That's kind of how I am.
You don't live in the Bronx.
I don't live in the Bronx. Yeah, no. Things are good. I was texting Gary before the show. It was like, oh, God damn it, Gary, I'm grumpy. I got all this angsty energy because I got pissed off. Microsoft Teams wasn't like downloading the Excel files I had on there. It was such a stupid Office Space scenario. And he's just like, look, you got to just diffuse this shit on my show. And I was like, yes, sir.
Nice. Well, Caroline, let's do our normal. Give the quick 2 minutes. Who are you? What you do on YouTube? And then we're going to go say hi to the chat. And then we're going to come back to you for your first book.
All right. I'm a community member here, part of the comic community. I started a couple of years before, I want to say 2018-ish on YouTube. And, you know, rode the COVID wave. It helped me get through the whole COVID thing. But I've been a collector since I was a kid, and I didn't know about this community. And I found out about it by finding a random haul video. And then I was like, holy shit, this is a thing. And I had to I got into it, started with not showing my face, and then it just I got hooked in. But it's helped a lot. Honestly, it's helped a lot with my confidence and how I interact with people just on the beat. It's I think definitely new neural networks have been formed since I've started using YouTube as a social forum.
Nice. Now the synapses are sparking and you're going.
Tingling.
The Caroline tingle. Screw that Peter tingle. All right, let's say hi to the chat. This evening, first in, as always, James Las Cruces. Good to see you, sir. Nice. And Kevin, Hulk Collector. Nice to see you, Kevin. John's Comics for Kids, another great. And Miss Bobby Catalano. Nice to see you, Bobby. Hope you're doing well this evening. Paul, Psychedelic Comics. Great to see you. The OG herself, Miss Tina Carenson. Great to see you, Tina. Hope all is well with you. Kevin, Entropy and Comics, who is going to have a 10-1 appearance coming up, so look out for him. One of my favorite people of all time, Jerry the Jitterbug. Good evening, sir. How you doing? And the Jackson Roy Kirk, one of the funniest people on YouTube and a great dude himself. And I'll never forget this about Jackson. He sent me one of the coolest AOKs ever. He had these Conan records, and he made a CD of them for me, which caused me to listen to them, love them, and then go find them, the real things, and buy them to have with the CD. But he made the cover art, everything on the CD. It was so nice. But all these people in here have sent me AOKs of something. It's incredible. Mr. Steve White. Seth 11, nice to see you. Cliff on Comics, that guy's a punk. We'll take care of him.
He's extra.
Right?
You guys haven't even seen me put somebody through a wall yet. I mean, I got so much to impress you with.
Well, there's time. Mr. DDH, thank you for tuning in. Brad, how you doing tonight, Brad? Nice to see you, sir. Mr. Gretzky, you know what? I see a hockey name. I already like it.
He's cool.
I am a huge hockey dude, as everybody knows.
Oh, yeah. You guys need to get Mr. Gretzky to come on here. He's a good guy. He's been around for a hot minute.
KBDM, nice to see you. Hey, everyone is welcome on here. That's for sure. Oh, what's going on? KBDM, nice to see you, sir. It wouldn't highlight for a second. Trev the Shipping Guru, good evening, sir. Nice to see you. And Comic Cap Collectibles, great to see you. Thank you for coming by.
Rich.
Everyone's here to see what Caroline's got. Milt, good evening, sir. Nice to see you. Hope all is well.
Oh, Milt's here too.
Yeah, Milt's a big supporter. 62 Lefty Blues. Good evening, sir. Aggressively relaxing. How are you? Nice to see you. And I think, Trade Paper Dad. Nice to see you, sir. Thank you for stopping by. And Joe, Anachronic Comics. How you doing tonight, Joe? Nice to see you.
Joe is a gem, that man.
And I got to get this guy back on. Alia Comic Pro. We're talking. I got to come up with a schedule. He's got some vacation he's using, and that was when I had.
He's all right. He's all right.
No, he's great. I love him. I love that.
I don't know about that. Don't.
I will not make my final decision about him until I have a night of mixed drinks and I challenge him.
Russ, nice to see you, sir. Naman, good evening. Nice to see you, buddy. So we've got a packed house tonight already for Miss Caroline. So we're just gonna, we're gonna put all the pressure on her, Cliff. We're just gonna go right back to her and make her show us some books.
I mean, we're just a super team, and like that's really what's doing it.
Start us out, Caroline.
Caroline's leading us.
All right.
All right. So the first book I'm starting out with is Captain America 332.
Ooh.
And this is where, Steve Rogers says, throwing in the towel. I quit. I'm not going to work for the government anymore. I'm out.
Didn't he officially say, fuck it, I'm done?
Not officially, but it was implied.
Basic. So this is a beautiful Mike Zeck cover. And I love the Abraham Lincoln in the corner. I love the way that Zeck did Captain America. This is just, for me, as a 90s kid, wow, this is one of my favorite books that I have. I have so many favorites, so it's hard,
Right. And the American flag cover, every time there was an American flag cover with Captain America, it was just instantly great.
Yeah, well, and like with Mike Zeck, when he was on Captain America, he just added a whole new dimension. I know he quits all the time, but it doesn't matter. This was a serious quit. All right. So
it was one of two serious quits.
Yes. Because there's all, there's a couple that one went nomad, and yeah, Steve Rogers let him over it.
And there was the super soldier serum is possibly killing me, so I can't do this anymore. So I don't feel like that one's quitting so much as I'm just doing this for my health.
Yeah, and he's like told the Pentagon, I don't give a damn what this little committee created, 40 years ago. I'm not your property, and I'm out. So here we go. That's it.
And Mike Zeck doesn't get enough credit too. He's another one of those artists that you could put him on any hero, and his art's spectacular.
You guys, what is it called? Secret Wars #8. That's Mike Zeck.
Yeah.
Like some of the classic G.I. Joe covers, Mike Zeck. Like he so anyways, there's that. That's my number 10.
I was gonna say, not only is it a great issue, it's a fantastic cover.
Yes, I love it. So there we go. Boom. Now, number 9.
Sad but
I
number nine.
love Victor Von Doom, and this is a lovely, I want to say 5-part or 6. It's 6-part series, mini by Ed Brubaker about the origin of Dr. Doom and how there was so much potential for him to go to the good side, but because he didn't have certain things in his life, it was just never destined to be. And it's, there's got stories about his mom and him bargaining, with, I think, Mephisto or something to be able to spend time with her. But this really talks about how he came to the person he is in terms of personality forming. And he realized, because he was a classmate of Reed Richards, and they came up together as college mates, and he was always just so jealous, and he didn't understand for the longest time, why do I envy him? And he recognizes, he's like, it's all the things that I want, and that's love. And he has a family, and he has stability, and that's all I wanted. But instead, he went this path. So
yeah, this the same Doom that in Unthinkable, like, found the love of his life only to sacrifice her to get more magical power.
Yeah,
there you go. Hialeah's got it right.
Yes.
Well, we'll see. I mean, I don't know, but yeah, to free his mother's soul, exactly.
I love when we used to have like a
regular
thing.
Victor's, they're parallels of each other, but like negative parallels. It's like light versus dark in a way.
Yeah, the only thing I'm trying to figure out, like, I hope when they have Doom in the next Fantastic Four movie, they stop giving him electric powers. I don't understand why they keep giving him electric powers in movies.
It's just a nice visual. And although I do not like the 2015 Fantastic Four, but I do remarkably love the cast, that scene where he actually gets up and comes around the corner to take out the soldiers, even though it's electric, it's like the best Doom scene on camera in the worst movie possible.
So
yeah, that movie was rough.
This is a beautiful book, and it's a great series. I highly suggest all of you try and pick this up. So yeah.
And you said that was a 6 issue, right, Caroline?
Yeah, 6 issue. I think when it came out in 2005 or something. Norman, keep your mouth shut. But yes, Mephisto plays a role in this. Mephisto's the one. This talks about how the first encounter with Mephisto and the whole deal about, hey, you can try and get her back every year if you want, but it never works. And this is the next one, number 3.
Dolly!
Oh, nice.
Dolly Parton. So
that is a really good cover of her.
Yeah, it's great. So they did Female Forces of Dolly Parton, and I am from Nashville. I think Dolly Parton is the closest thing to like Empress of the world. She can do no wrong for me. And I love this book, and the fact that like Rick's Comics in Nashville, so it's only Nashville stores that had variants of this, and so they had different color shirt variants. Wow. And I was able to get the gold one, so because I thought it was the best. So anyway, so it's it's a cute, fun little story, and I'm just so glad to see her on there. And I really do like Dolly Parton. For what it's worth, I think she's got a good head on her shoulders, and I think she puts her money where her mouth is in terms of donating to causes that she finds valuable.
Well, and you talk about longevity in a career where a lot of people don't have longevity.
Yeah, I mean, she's a talented woman. I think she wrote Jolene and I Will Always Love You in the same night. Like, what the fuck?
They're very close together.
Yeah.
Right? Because
I think it was in the the same day.
Right, but she was writing I Will Always Love You to say goodbye to
Porter Wagner.
To Porter Wagner, because she's like, I'm leaving you. And he's like, Dolly, go do whatever you need to do. But then like 2 years later, I'm running out of money. I want half of everything you make.
Yeah. So anyways, there's my number 3, Dolly.
I love it.
Nice. Yeah. Good one. Dolly's one of those people nobody has anything bad to say about,
because
and if they do, they can take it up with me.
Put your money where her mouth is. You know what I'm saying? So
and when I was growing up too, it was always her and Kenny Rogers singing together.
Islands in the stream, that is what we.
They were like the power duo back then for
for her, hell yeah,
duos.
I love it. Yes, they were. I have to do this, as a kid who did actively watch the cartoons religiously. I loved this, and when this came out as a young one, I also collected the animated series, The Adventures comic that came after the release of the cartoon.
Did the new one release yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not X-Men 97.
Yeah, I
Hashtag
love
new
9
world
to 5
guide.
as well. It was great. So, I didn't think some people, this is the first appearance of Morph, but, this is just a nostalgia hit. And yeah, put in my top 10 because this is, when I think of happy memories of comic books, this is lumped to those good feeling things,
Right. It
just
just brings you back to that time and gives a certain feeling.
a feel of innocence and carefreeness. And when this stuff was more magical, I remember this stuff being really magical. Yeah. So anyways, there's that. Is there any more discussion we really need to have?
No, and you got John's Comics with kids just blatantly kissing your ass in the comments here.
Well,
As he should. He didn't say one thing wrong there. He didn't say one thing wrong.
I'm just picking on
is he
John.
kissing my ass, or is he telling the truth?
He is telling the truth, baby. I'm right here. It is 100% truth.
Right. Sinister, yeah.
Signature thing, how you doing? Who that?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
who that? So, Caroline, are you looking forward to X-Men 97?
yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
I know. And your main man Cyclops is front and center on that cover.
Oh my god. Yes, I know. You guys just rub it in.
Actually, I think that's some of the best on that cover. And to be serious, I think that's some of the best Jubilee art.
Yes. This is Jubilee how I think of her. Yes, most definitely.
So wait, so now Caroline, I gotta ask you, who do you think are the two worst X-Men? Like horrible human being X-Men.
Cyclops.
And who else?
I think she's got such a hate for Cyclops. I don't think she ever thought past him.
Okay, because I love them and I hate them, but I think it's Cyclops and Xavier. I think they've both done.
Well, Xavier's every time you learn something new about Xavier, it's just like he's more of a dick, right?
Yeah, it's just horrible. But Caroline, I want to tell you, Sam on the Council of Comics, he only discovered this past week that Cyclops is horrible. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, Sam, you're just learning what every gay X-Men fan has known for years, Like he just figured
Xavier
it out.
gets a little too sanctimonious. Like Xavier's a little too far up his ass. So but really it's just like Cyclops and then Cyclops. Like he's so big he takes up 1 and 2. I don't know. So anyway,
I never minded Cyclops.
Well,
because he didn't leave you alone with your baby, then fight you after you were possessed as the Goblin Queen, and then leave you again to go raise your kid with the woman you were cloned after. Maybe you would feel differently.
Yeah, Cyclops pulled some fuckery. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 4. Wait, that was 4. Number 5.
Yeah.
We've got Mighty Thor 364.
Ooh.
Where this wonderful story of the Walt Simonson Central Park frogs. Thor has been transformed into a frog, and he befriends Puddle Gulp, who is a king among his little tribe. And so Thor, Throg, and he's still brave, and a warrior. So he goes with his other frog warriors, and they confront and battle the rats of Central Park. And it's just the cutest thing ever.
And that's one of the coolest things about the Thor comic is they just went in so many different directions, and they weren't afraid to go places with it and just have fun.
Yeah, and I've heard Louise Simonson said this is one of her favorite stories that Walt did in the Thor run, that she thinks it's just so great. So yeah, I love this. I love this little run. It's the cutest thing ever. Plus, Simonson Thor to me is just.
I was just gonna ask because there was a few people associated with Thor, but the people that are Simonson people, they're hardcore Simonson people.
You can't quite appreciate this story. It's cute. So if you understand why Weezy would like it, she wrote Power Pack, and she wrote early New Mutants. So you know, that's kind of why.
And
Anyway,
and don't forget her X Factor run, very important. She gave us Apocalypse.
she gave us
Dark
Apocalypse.
Angel.
Yeah.
But
So
her other when I last saw her, I think her other favorite story is Beta Ray Bill, or at
this
least she has strong feelings about it.
this was 1985. This was not the 90s. So 1985.
Yeah, that's another thing. Joe, you want to talk about the 90s comics were weird? Rainbow Batman, Superman with the rainbow finger powers, where it was miniature Superman flying out of his fingertips. Do I need to go on about the crazy eras of comic books? Sorry, that was terrible, but terrible.
Best. All right, we'll go into the next one.
All right. I always know you're going to pull out some good old Thor and X-Men, though.
We are gonna show this lovely Spidey Super Stories 39, where we have the first appearance of the Thanos copter. And once again, this is a nostalgia hit for me. These books are so great. And you know what? I love Hellcat, and a Cosmic Cube's never bad. So this is just the best for me.
I love those, Caroline, so much because, I mean, whenever I watched Electric Company, it was all about getting to the Spidey segment for me. And when he wasn't there, I was so mad. Oh, I wasted my time. I was a mad little kid.
Look how many teeth he has. Just all of the teeth.
And I love that comic. I mean, the stories were complete nonsense. Like I have a couple here, like especially like the Spider-Man one where just stuff happens. This is the type of comics, right, where a building gets picked up and set back down, and all of a sudden everything's working again in the building.
I sent you the Miss Marvel one, didn't I? I sent you.
I think you did.
Yeah. Okay, so that's it. It's super fun. Thanos used to go around in a helicopter. It was really campy and absurd and the silliest thing you'd ever seen in your life. And that's why I wanted this. I found it at a flea market for $10 and I had to nab it. So,
and yeah, I was gonna say those Spidey comics, they go for a little bit of money.
Yeah, they do.
Certain ones do. Certain ones, yeah. So, anyways,
and I like the Star Wars homage one I have here.
That one goes for a pretty penny. Yeah.
Huh?
That one goes for a pretty penny.
And that's a great cover.
Yeah. All right. So there we go. There's number 6.
Now, is that your favorite Spidey cover right there? From that series? No, just from that particular Spidey Super Stories.
No, there are other covers that I like better, but this to me, because I'm such a fan of like the Starlin, Warlock, Thanos, cosmic soap opera with death and all that.
Right.
Getting the Thanos copter because it's so silly. It's like the silliest, most like disarming. It makes Thanos look goofy. And so I had to find it because of that.
And they missed an opportunity to have the Thanos copter go against the spider buggy.
Indeed. So anyways, that's why I picked this one up.
That's a great one. I love anytime I see a Spidey Super Stories, I love it.
All right. So this next one's an indie, and it's Anthony Bourdain's Hungry Ghosts, number 1.
What a cool cover.
Yeah, it was done by Dark Horse, and Anthony Bourdain wrote this. It was a mini, like I think 3 to 5 issues. But anyways, the concept is like there are these the lore in I want to say Japan is that or Asian cultures that there are hungry ghosts, and the concept is that no matter how much they eat or consume, they're never satiated, and that's a reflection of addiction. That these hungry ghosts are also, but they hang around, in the kitchen. It's haunted or whatever, but it's more of like a reflection of hungry ghosts can also reflect a part of us where things are never just unending desire where you're never satisfied. And and he wrote about that, and he very much, I think, reflected upon his issues with substance abuse and addiction, and
Yep.
it's just really great. So I would, I would highly recommend this if I was, but whatever.
Yeah, I'm saying just the art in her face alone sells it. Just like because you can see the distress in her face.
Yeah. Just an emptiness of never, ever, like, it's the, you eat and it goes through you. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
anyways,
Going
yeah,
through,
it's
but you're
good.
never satisfied, and
Mm-hmm. And but it goes so much more deeper than just like a food. It's a,
right. There's like an emptiness you can't fill.
and it's your soul. It's these ghosts walking around with that constant need,
Which is
So,
something he literally discussed in Parts Unknown. I believe he was in Argentina when he was talking to a therapist. And I watched that episode and I was like, and this is when he was still alive. I go, oh my God, is he okay? And then after his death, I was like, oh my God, that whole Argentina episode.
yeah, and then this, like, after that, then going back and reading this,
Yes.
it's like, God, it makes it much more rich and layered. But anyways,
And of course we can understand his struggle now more deeply.
and how he perhaps related to these characters. Right?
Absolutely.
So loved it. Anyways, okay. So how many was that? That was one, two,
That was number 6.
okay.
Gary is a record scorekeeper.
Well, it's not. No, that was number 7. Sorry, I
7.
forgot the Spidey one.
Yeah, 3,
I love how my number 10 was like 6 books.
7. Okay. All right.
DVH
Number-
giving me a little plug there. You might call it a need, eh, Gary?
Gary, we should
Number
work together
8.
on Children of Need and make that happen.
This
Right?
is House of Mystery number 200. And
Wow.
this was a kind gift. I want to say this is, it's Mike Kaluta art. This was
I
a
got that,
kind
Jackson.
gift from Donnie the Mastodon, Donnie
Right.
Mosser in the comic. He's a really cool guy, Mastodon. He sent me this as
That's
part of
very
the
cool.
AOK. And this has got such a wonderful story. Like, this story is haunting. So the first story in there refers to this story, and it's like a brother and a sister inherited a farm, and they're older, and the brother wants to sell, but the sister loves the animals on that farm, has like a bond with them, and they love her, and it brings her so much joy. And he's resentful that she won't sell, and so he ends up killing her. And all of the animals go around and like mourn, and they go and they get their revenge by like killing him.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
And it's weird. I just want to bring this up. Like Michael Kaluta, I know he's considered an all-time great. I have a love-hate relationship with his art. There's some of his art I think is so perfect, like when he did some of his space covers. And
That's
then there's
fair.
art, like his King Conan art. I can't stand the covers. I think they're horrible. But when he's on,
I love
he's
his shadow
incredible.
covers. I love his shadow covers.
Yeah,
So
but
anyway.
his space covers, like his sci-fi covers, are amazing, and obviously his horror covers.
Okay, so 1, 2.
And he could draw animals. That's a big deal.
Yeah. Well,
Greatest-
who was it? One artist said like you could tell if someone's good, like if they like how they draw a horse and stuff like that.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is great. It is so good. All right. So this is number 9, right?
Again, Jackson. Yes, number 9. His shadow covers are top notch. That's from Joe. He has them all.
Yeah, I love the shadowed covers personally. I really, and like his Madame Xanadu cover.
That's my favorite cover of his.
Oh yeah,
I have a couple copies of that one here. That one's just phenomenal.
yeah. All right. So this is number 9.
Yes, ma'am.
And it is X-Men 38.
Ooh.
This is a beautiful cover. And this was a gift to me. Unruly Simeon put together mystery boxes. And the proceeds of those mystery boxes went to Jen Comics Will Break Your Heart. And she's got a Keep Jen Reading campaign on GoFundMe going on.
Absolutely.
And a stranger got this for me, and Unruly sent it to me. And he said, hey, somebody anonymous wanted you to get this mystery box. And I opened it, and I was like, whoa, thank you. And this was part of that.
And that's amazing. And well, look at the condition. Like, that presents so well. That is beautiful.
Yeah. It's beautiful. Got the blob. I mean, I just, I love it. Got the old beast.
John's comics with kids' favorite hero, Angel.
Hmm.
Angel is John's Cyclops.
He's such a dick. Angel is kind of a dick. I love that Marvel. Look at that. So, anyways, that's number 9. Okay.
And a beauty. That is a fantastic Silver Age book, Caroline. Now, did you break it out and read it right away when you got it? I'm sure you've read the story already multiple times, but
I have not opened this one up. Not this one specifically, but this talks about some of the origins, but the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants kind of dealio. Blob and the Vanisher. When did the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants first turn out? Nobody is worse than Cyclops. I think this may be before the Brotherhood was even formed. I don't know. I could be wrong.
I thought the Brotherhood was like number 3.
Could be.
Yeah, because these guys are factor 3.
Because with 4, you have the introduction of Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, and that's part of the Brotherhood. You're right. So this is, yeah. Okay. So that's my number 10. So now, wait, no, this is my number 9.
That was your number 9.
Yeah, this is my number 9. Boom.
I love how they're still worried about. They're worried about fighting the Soviets back then. I love it.
Right. And then above the X-Men, you have the little Charles Xavier doing his mind powers.
Yes. To me, my X-Men.
Damn commies. So yeah, there's that. And I'll show you my number 10. I like banging through this. I'm not going to take super long. Take all of your time. This one was a recent acquisition. I am so excited to have this piece as part of my collection. First pre-code horror. I got this from Airboy the Barbarian, and I just want to thank him again. But it is Ghost Rider number.
Oh, wow.
1952. Dick Ayers cover art.
Look at the skull on that cover.
Oh, I know.
That is a beauty.
Skull Mountain. And so this right here, I think I've gotten bit. Because the Dick Ayers Ghost Riders, the pre-code Ghost Rider, oh my God. They are beautiful.
And again, that's like one of those heroes. Like, he's got a simple costume design, and it's so effective. It works so well.
Yeah. This breaks my heart. It burns us. It's so beautiful.
Like, you don't see bad Silver Surfer covers usually. Like, you don't usually see bad Ghost Rider covers with this Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
He did an amazing job.
So it's just, yeah.
DVH loves him some Dick.
So
cracking covers.
Magazine Enterprises. Although Joe who can go all night.
Right.
Yeah. Brevity is good sometimes.
Now, Cliff, I don't know how far you go back in comics. Like, I've never got to read any of these original Ghost Rider ones. Have you?
Only where they've been reprinted.
Yeah, I have not in real life,
And a reprint of those just came out.
And I think you can access
last month with a certain. I was like featuring a certain artist. I can't remember the artist right now.
I recall seeing it. Damn.
It wasn't bad. It was like a $40 book. It had a whole bunch, but
So there we go. Now I'm going to show you the 1-in-1. This one's got a special story to it. The one I'm about to bring up. Okay.
yep.
This is the given to me by Night Tiger Comics. It is Conan the Barbarian #4,
Ooh,
but it's in Danish because he got it in Norway.
that is amazing. She brought that on to rub it in.
Yeah. So it's Barry Windsor
I
Smith.
don't know. I just think it's really cool.
Yeah.
It is really cool.
You can see his.
The foreign comics are amazing. Did you look through it too to see the colors and all that, Caroline?
Yeah. So it's very cool. Awesome. Thank you so much, Night Tiger. But yeah, this is in the Danish is the actual language that's in here, but he got it in Norway, and yeah, Danish is the language that's in that's
And that was always such a fun Barry Windsor Smith cover too.
so. Anyways, that's my story from Night Tiger. I thought it was so cool that he went there and searched through comics himself and picked out something that he knew I thought was cool, and he sent it to me as a gift, and so it means a lot. I really appreciate it.
Mike finds some good stuff.
He's crazy.
Like he finds some great books.
Dude, Mike is just, yeah, he's a beast. He's a beast. So
Like I don't know where his honey hole is, but he finds some amazing stuff.
I think he's got multiple. You know, you just got all kinds of places. So yeah,
Just
now-
a harem of honey holes.
all kind of honey holes. But yeah, this is so cool. It's
And I don't know. I think you're the same as me. You just like the foreign language variants. They're just cool. They're cool pieces of comic history. Because I have some Mexican Conans, I have some Italian Conans, and it's so cool. And when you look inside, and sometimes the way they differently color things because they didn't get the same thing, it's just kind of neat. And sometimes too, they'll swap the panels around.
yeah.
And not only will they swap the panels around, sometimes they'll make one panel bigger than it was in another one, and then they'll make another panel smaller. They'll emphasize different things, which is kind of neat.
Yeah. They're not always the same. Okay. So now I'm going to my spec book. Are y'all ready?
We're ready.
I'm going for The Unbeatable Squirrel Girl #1,
Ooh.
Volume 1.
Squirrel girl.
What up, dope? This is what I'm betting on. Go big or go home. I love Squirrel Girl. Doreen Green is hilarious. Y'all don't know what you're missing. Get in on it.
Did you get her first appearance in the Marvel Superheroes
Winter
book?
Special. Yep.
Yep.
It's she's a Steve Ditko creation. So don't hate, appreciate, congratulate.
Squirrel Girl's great.
Yeah.
And the official babysitter of Luke Cage.
Of Luke Cage and
Jessica Jones.
yes.
So I have the complete run, Volume 1 and Volume 2, and her first appearance. And I just love her. I think it's hilarious. And yeah, I'm specking on it. And it's okay if you don't want to, because it's America.
And did you get the younger adult title that was out too? Because that was fun. It was with her and Miss Marvel, and they were like fighting in like a video. They were playing video games.
Marvel Rising. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. I couldn't think of it. I had the series over there, but
Yep. I had them all. Yep. Got those two.
that was a fun little series.
Yeah. Anyways, this is my chunk, and that's all I got, man. I've got so many I could do infinitely many of these top 10s because it's just like, man,
Right? And Milt says that great spec, her and Howard are going to get together. Oh, that would be a great team up.
Oh my.
Howard the Duck. Interesting.
Right?
All
Her
right.
and Howard would be a great team.
Yeah. All right. So let's see. Let's do this. So my number one was Captain America 332, Steve Rogers. He tells the government, I'm not going to be your bitch, and throws in the towel. We got number 2, Books of Doom. Number 1, Brubaker mini, 6 issues. It talks about the origins of Doom and kind of how he came to be the individual he is now. Dolly, number 3. I love her. She's iconic. Dolly for president.
And just to highlight that Cap again a second, I love my favorite Cap stories are when he's the ideal that America's supposed to be, when America isn't the ideal what America's supposed to be.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But Steve always is, you know.
Yeah. Childhood love of mine, X-Men Adventures, number 1 from the cartoon. Love it. Like Gary said, it's beautiful depictions of Jubilee, most accurate to way I see her in my head, at least.
Right.
So,
did you ever get the Hostess books, Caroline, that she was in with
No.
Wolverine? You could find them on eBay. I got them when they first came out. I ate like a bunch. It wasn't healthy for me when I was young, but I ate a bunch of Hostess ho-hos just to get all those little mini comics.
Yeah.
It was a set of 4.
Jackson, she was in the Great Lakes Avengers. I have that. I have a couple of the runs where she's in that too. Then we got Thor 364, where he becomes a frog at the mischievous doings of Loki, and he meets a group of frogs in Central Park, Puddle Gulp, and they end up going on their own adventures and battling some rats, like you do.
Right. Sometimes rats need fighting.
We got first appearance of the Thanos copter because it's the most practical piece of machinery in the entirety of the MCU, and that is why this book is so relevant. Thanos copter.
Nah, it's the cat.
Yeah, it's
Hellcat.
But this is just such a funny, campy book to have. So that's why. There you go. Hungry Ghost, Anthony Bourdain. Kind of haunting when you look back at it retrospectively, knowing the things that you know now. So
right.
Yeah. House of Mystery 200. Love this story. It's a great story. Someone who loves animals. I really loved it.
You said that was 200, right?
Yeah, issue 200.
Yeah, because I got to try to find that one.
X-Men 38, Blobinator, just good stuff. Came from an unruly box, impeccable condition, and I love it. These are my peoples. Let's see, Ghost Rider. Dick Ayers. Let's do it, baby. Hell yeah. 1952, Golden Age, pre-code horror. Then we've got a Danish from Norway, Conan the Barbarian, number 4.
And in fantastic condition.
Yeah. Barry Windsor Smith, action. And then my speculation, bam, Squirrel Girl number 1. Volume 1. And I'm out.
Joe says that House of Mystery is his favorite of the group.
There's a reason. It's a beautiful book. And it was a kind gift from Master Donnie. So Donnie Mosser, and I want to thank him for that. He's a good guy.
There's a lot of good people in this community. That's what makes it so much fun to be around.
So, Caroline, are you ready for me to bombard you with a series of follow-up questions?
You can. Whether or not I have answers is another issue.
Okay.
But yeah.
All right. First up, for Captain America, who is your favorite non-Steve Rogers Captain America?
I don't mind Sam. He's not bad.
Okay.
But, who's yours?
I'm also going with Sam. Although I do have a little special place in my heart for Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
It's just not the same.
I think Sam's. Yeah, he does a totally fine job.
Yes, I absolutely agree. For
Next.
Doctor Doom, my question is, what was the first story you read of Doctor Doom that like sucked you into the character?
I want to say it was like some early well, not early, like issue in the early 300s of Fantastic Four, like in the 90s, like it was Doom and the Beyonder or something.
Ooh.
Yeah. It was, it wasn't anything classic because I was reading stuff at the time, but yeah, it
But you're like,
was.
this guy's cool. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, it was. Let me look at.
There's some Doom in this little Spider-Woman comic for you, Caroline.
Let's see.
Oh,
very
pocket,
cute.
pocket.
Love it.
I love these immoral, but and like there he was. He was a shocking Spider-Woman.
Let's see.
But this is a fun little read. But it's just a little 10 pager.
Where's that pocket comic from?
So this was in immoral bubblegum.
Yeah,
And they had I have all 6 issues. This one I have 2 of, but they had this, Captain America, Incredible Hulk, Spider-Man, Archie, and Sabrina and Spider-Woman.
Wow. And I love how Sabrina's just thrown in the mix. Holy cow.
They're fun, dude. These and when I remember these from a kid, and I searched them out as an adult because I just needed to this Spider-Woman one always stuck with me, and I had to have it again. But then I had to have all 6, right? And when I bought them, I got them really cheap. I got all 6 for $20 off eBay, unopened, that still had the gum in it, which you throw out because that stuff was whoo.
Tankingly old. Good
But
Lord.
I didn't know if you knew about those, Caroline, so I thought I'd show it to you.
Yeah, definitely. I think it was this one. So it was Fantastic Four issue 330. But it was like a dream. But it had badass Doom on it, and I read about it. It was just like there's 2 different Dunes, and I don't know. It's not.
I love that. I love that. And by the way, Gary, I appreciate the mini comic because I had never heard of these bubblegum mini comics before tonight. And I've seen a lot of mini comics.
They're so good. They're fun.
Yeah, it was definitely. But then after that, I saw Brubaker. So I liked Brubaker, and I saw that he did this thing on Doom, and I was like, oh, I gotta check this out. And I was like, oh shit, this is amazing.
It's fabulous. And if you haven't read Fantastic Four Unthinkable, I highly recommend. All right, my Dolly question. Do you have a favorite Dolly Parton song?
There's one, it's like Dolly Parton, Mule Skinner's Daughter.
Ooh.
Mule Skinner Blues.
Oh, I wonder if I know that one. Probably if I heard it.
It's called yeah.
You went deep. You went for a deep cut.
I love that song.
That's a deep Dolly song for sure. I love that. All right. Yeah. This I'm gonna make this one a little looser. X-Men the Animated Series. What was your favorite storyline from X-Men the Animated Series?
Dark Phoenix Saga.
Yay, me too.
Morlocks.
That was amazing.
Morlocks.
I have a soft spot for the Morlocks. Like I would love to see the Morlock story on the big screen. Like we've seen the Phoenix twice, and they fumbled it twice.
But they need to get it right. All right, my Thor question: do you have a favorite animal superhero?
Yeah, Chewie the cat.
Chewy the
Nice.
cat.
That's a great choice.
That is a great choice.
The Flurkin.
Mine's always going to be Crypto the Super Dog, but I appreciate Chewy the cat.
I like Chewy the cat.
All right, Spidey Super Stories. Do you have a favorite campy comic book title?
A campy comic book title
Yes, like there's a campy comic and you happen to love it.
of Marvels.
Or DC, either one.
So I like when they do things like the No Prize books or the Fumetti or just weird stuff like that. I also like, I don't know if it's campy, but I like the Fun and Puzzles games, the comics that they did for those.
Oh yeah. I like that.
Some of the what ifs are a little campy.
Who watches the Watcher?
Yeah, so when I think camp, I think DC romance.
Okay, that's good too.
Yeah. So yeah, that's
I accept that answer.
and certain Lois Lane issues, can
Oh
be-
my God, most Lois Lane issues. Holy
So they're
buttons.
yeah.
All right, I'm skipping Hungry Ghost.
Okay.
For House of Mystery, do you remember what was your first horror comic?
Oh, it was the Midnight Suns, when they did that. Yeah, it was that whole shtick.
I love it. All right, for X-Men, who is your favorite OG X-Man?
From the original team,
The original 5.
Beast.
Real? Oh, that's heartbreaking.
Hank McCoy's always been cool.
Yes, but now he's like terrible. But I do believe that the Beast they brought back is going to be our regular Beast. I have a feeling.
The Beast now is not a Beast I recognize.
And nor does his younger self. So
Yeah.
I'm loving where that is going.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be how they fix it. I do not have a Ghost Rider question. For the Danish Conan, do you have a favorite foreign comic book character?
Oh gosh, what is his
Have a good night,
name?
Bobby.
He's
Good night, Bobby.
I don't think it's Felix, but he's a horny cat.
Oh,
That is Felix.
that
It
is Felix
cat.
in my mind.
Yeah. I think you nailed it, Caroline.
I think
That's the only horny cat I know.
No, it's
Unless you're talking about no, that's the Robert Crumb.
cat comic, British. It's a cat. My friend showed it to me.
Fritz the cat?
Yes, Fritz.
Oh,
right.
yes. Fritz. Thank you.
There we go.
Yeah.
I was trying to look it up too. Yeah, Jackson, Roy Kirk, and Kevin had it.
Yes, Fritz is funny. So I was introduced to Fritz the cat in England. So I did a semester abroad in college, and my buddy there, he was the same guy that introduced me to Dune and said, "Hey, you should read Dune." And so I read Dune. He also introduced Fritz the cat to me. And
TVH says Tank Girl or Dread. I don't know. What about Barbarella from the original French strip? Those are pretty fun adventures if you never read them.
yeah,
That's
I liked Fritz the cat. It's kind of just the underground smutty.
Well, the underground smutty stuff is fun. And Mark Andrews saying Asterix, which I hear a lot of people talk about Asterix, especially Ignacio. That is just next level.
It is anachronic. I've seen the movie as well.
Amazing. All right. My Squirrel Girl question should be easy and fun. What is your favorite Squirrel Girl victory?
When she beats Doom.
When she beat the hell out of Dr. Doom with a bunch of squirrels. I love it too.
Yeah.
And
Also-
well,
Sorry.
oh, go ahead.
I liked it when she kicked Taskmaster's ass too.
That was great. That was great. Because he wasn't mimicking her moves.
No. So
Now, do you have an
anyways,
actor? Hey, Damien, do you have an actor you'd like to see play the new Doom and when they do it?
John Hamm.
That's a good choice. He's a good actor. I know everyone's saying Henry Cavill right now, but
They need
everyone's desperate to put him in the MCU. But John Hamm's a great choice.
I know.
He had a great episode of Black Mirror too, which was fantastic.
Yeah. Eats nuts, kicks butts. Caca. So that's all I got, kids.
No, that was
those
great,
are all
Caroline.
the follow-up
Thank you.
questions.
No, that
Hope
was
you
great.
enjoyed them.
Yeah, we're gonna go around the horn here, and Cliff, we're gonna start with you, sir. What's coming up for you?
Well, Sunday night, the Council of Comics at 5 p.m. We're do the box office every Sunday, but this year we're going through trilogies. And we're doing the Olympus Has Fallen trilogy because I lost a coin toss, apparently. And so London Has Fallen is going to be our review for Sunday. Like, Caroline, how far have we fallen? We opened the year with The Lord of the Rings, and now we're at Olympus Has Fallen, London Has Fallen. We're
Bless your heart.
grasping at trilogy.
Gerard Butler has his fans out there.
He does. It's not awful, but the first one was already Die Hard in the White House.
Bro.
What's next?
Right.
Oh, that's Sunday night. Monday nights, we got the Council of Comics Keys and Hot Comics of the Week at 8 p.m. Plus, we always do a drawing for a duck, and then our last show of the month, we run the duck race for our giveaway. C-Bizzle's been joining us. He's now our adopted council member, so that has been lovely. And I have my act together. And next Thursday, I will have a new episode of Crisis Quest Trivia. And next week, I think I'm joining J-Man for a review of Dazzlers 13, 14, 15, 16. And that's all I can remember for now.
Are you a Dazzler fan too?
I am now. You know why?
Okay.
Because John had me on for an X-Men book, and J-Man invited me with him and Scotty to do Dazzler, and so I got Marvel Unlimited. So now I'm like, well, now that I'm stuck with it.
I've got that whole series twice over. Some of the books I have 3-4 times. I love that Dazzler series.
I almost
Listen,
have the full
That
run.
Dazzler series is so clearly written by a bunch of horny old men. It's insane.
Alison Blair is a good character.
She's great.
It's too bad that series was very up and down because they just kept shifting people with it, just like the original Jessica Drew Spider-Woman. All right, Caroline, what's coming up for you, ma'am?
I'm gonna try and make it to the Legion's lair tomorrow morning. They do in the AM early. I like hanging out there. But other than that, I'm just gonna be around in chat supporting people that don't have anything specifically planned for my channel.
All right, well, coming up for me, Saturday we have a special episode of the 10-1-1 with the G-Man on, Robert. So that'll be at 5 o'clock. Co-hosting will be Steve, the Voice White. So I might try to get one more co-host. So if anyone's available and wants to jump on Saturday, you're welcome to. And then next week, I have Comic Gains on Tuesday on their first episode of the 10-1-1. So I'll have Zach, Adam, and the Princess on. And then on the 14th, we have Paul, Sector 2815, on In the Hot Seat, where we're going to learn about him and collecting and his journey through. Because Paul's got just a fantastic collection, and he's one of those people out there, just like you, Cliff. He's got so much knowledge. It's just great listening to him talk about the things he loves. You know what I mean?
I mean, it is wonderful. And sometimes I forget that I have any knowledge left because I feel like I'm a disaster talking about it.
I
Well,
do too,
because it's funny how much stuff you absorb, right? Like you just don't realize.
but I still
how
feel
much-
stupid as hell. Like I feel like I don't know shit. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, I'm right there with you, Caroline. But apparently, because we actually read and absorb some of that stuff, we're ahead of the game. Like that's
Right.
what puts us out there.
Frank
And
Herbert
that's
said
what this show's
something.
about, reading your comics and loving them.
Yeah, Frank Herbert said something like, as we discover more and more new things, we're also exposed to newer problems and things that we don't know. So it's like a paradox.
Right.
Similar to More Money, More Problems.
Right.
Mhm.
And so anyway, I want to, Caroline, thank you so much for coming on and being my guest. You know, I always love having you on the channel.
Thanks for
That's
having
why
me.
you're in the usual suspects chat.
Appreciate it.
You're part of the team. Cliff, thank you so much for coming on to do your first co-host, and hopefully you'll come back for more.
My pleasure. And it was my pleasure to co-host for Caroline because it's
Right.
awesome.
I loved it. I was super happy that you were here. And
I knew I had to ask Cliff when I was having you.
Yeah. I
Yay.
appreciate your hard-hitting questions.
Listen, I'm glad I was free because I was just having an anxiety-driven week, and I was like, well, I can't do Crisis Quest, and then I was like, oh, I should do something in place of it. And boom, Garrett's like, Cliff, are you free? And I'm like, I am.
Right? It was meant to happen.
Nice forum. I'm thankful that you guys were here to have me on, and I enjoyed this exchange.
Me too.
Always great. And also, we can't leave without thanking the chat. We had a fantastic chat tonight. Thank you guys all so much for being out here and supporting us. Cliff was a last minute ad, so I got to get his stuff in the description for you guys to follow him, but we'll get it there. And you can catch Cliff on the channel again, April 4th, when he is part 2 of In the Hot Seat. And you'll probably see him again co-hosting because I'm going to ask him more because now he's part of the group. He wormed his way in.
Come with the questions for the hot seat.
Maybe when he does it, I can be the co-host and I can hit him up with questions after.
You can be on April 4th with us.
Yeah,
We'll see.
I hope so.
Oh,
Okay.
we're gonna draw you out, Caroline. So sometimes she gets a little shy. You just gotta edge her out of her comfort zone and get her going.
One thing I think is true about us in this community, because I definitely consider myself an extrovert, right? But we do all have the highs and lows and the burnout.
Yes.
I'm an extroverted introvert.
But it's funny because once you get drawn out, though, right, Caroline, you end up realizing that you're having a great time, and then you're like, "Well, I'm glad I came out."
Yeah, I get drunk. I show my titties. It's nuts.
Oh my God, that's gonna be me at Heroes Con. Ooh.
Oh wait, I wonder if Cliff ever saw you on Whack Comics singing "Takeable Penis" because that's a classic. That's where I first saw you.
Penis. Sorry.
Like I was like, "What's this segment?" It was great.
Did you see Whack Music? Whack Music Television is coming.
I saw that
It was already on tonight. I watched
today.
Oh, really? Oh, I gotta check it out. I'm so mad.
It was really good. It was really good, Cliff.
Check it out. Everybody.
Yes, everyone, get over to Whack Comics.
Yes, watch Whack Comics.
He's working hard.
Right now, head over to Remy Q's channel because they're talking
about it. I'm gonna need to talk about it after tonight.
Right?
It's heavy.
And guys, until next time, you know how I like to end these. Keep it casual.